starting with three collectives. Um, so two of these reasons I had already pulled, but today I said, okay, we'll have time to get into it. So first, I'm gonna start with deck one. So this not even really like a pick me, but we got three pals that we're gonna do. So um, and I might get back online later on today to do a game. You remember how we did the spicy tarot? We might do it again. I don't know. I don't know. But we might. I wanted to get some charms for you guys. This song was coming up too, Booed Up by Evermaine. So maybe some of y'all have some gifts are definitely in the making. I've been seeing a lot of delivery trucks. The initials E and the color white is significant. Butterflies are significant as well. Butterflies are so beautiful, y'all. The base space artist, 111 is also, yes, it's also significant. 1111 is significant as well. And that's actually the card that is on the bottom of this deck. But the fact that they start from caterpillars, and then turn into a butterfly, I think that is just so beautiful, y'all. And I've always thought that ever since I was little. 666, your crown chakra, or crown in general. Okay, so maybe you need your hair done or you're about to get your hair done. Blue and awakening. Okay, so the initials E, the color is white. So that also speaks on your crown chakra with that white. So the color is blue. So I feel like your throat chakra. And okay, so your throat chakra and your crown chakra is going through awakening at this time. This is possibly why we got the awakening here. So these areas are very much open. And even your third eye, because I do see some purple in your energy. So you possibly have been getting some roses or irises. I'm hearing those too. Um, Somebody's going on a date. I do see somebody getting ready to like go on a date or something. Possibly even a picnic. Okay, we got nature spirits coming out, and I'm seeing nature spirits myself physically. So a lot of activities outside is taking place today. I'm also seeing someone flying a kite. Now this is spiritually. So maybe on this picnic it's something that you all will do. But I do see like a boy with you, so maybe you all have a son together. I do not see it getting romantic on this evening. So if it's rejected, like I wouldn't put too much emphasis into it if that is something that does happen. The spirit, give me some more energy on this. Now, pay attention to the fire element on this trip or within this time of space. Or like whenever you're watching this video, just be mindful because I feel like a flame is gonna sway a certain kind of way. Like I have a candle lit, but it's just going. But now that I said it's gonna sway a certain kind of way, it started to like move in that direction. So I just feel like some angels are gonna send you just some presence, a flutters, or maybe even just a breeze. Like the window's gonna be open, they may be closed, but I just feel like there's gonna be a sign of something. So pay attention, okay? And it's possibly going to be a nudge of a transformation because the dragon spirit is out with the dragonfly. And somebody from the angelic realm is sending you some love. Okay. They're sending you love, like in peace energy, very much because I told you the deliveries are about to deliver. Okay. So you could be 40 or the number 40 is significant to you. If that was reduced, that would be a four. So your foundation is being laid. And by that being 40 completely, I just feel like you're about to experience a new beginning of some sort. And it's going to bring very much abundance. Um, Archangel Raphael is working with you at this given time. So if you've been seeing the angel number 999 or even the colors green, I just feel like something is going to come through for you and it's going to be dealing with the healed part of you. And maybe because you're in the energy of healing, that's why you're going through this awakening. Or someone close to you could be sick because I am picking up like on a mother energy. And I want to give my mom some love because I know she's probably not feeling well today. She's been going through so much. So on this channel, we want to send her some love, light, and healing. So let's just give her some good vibration, good energy. Um, Anytime you feel your energy getting stuck or stagnant, just clap, okay? Stomp your feet, reclaim your power, demand what's yours. And I feel like that's important because I had to clear my throat. So I feel like you are someone that speaks up for the greater good, but then you may not want to say what you would say to like keep the peace rather. Okay. So I just feel like you should not be afraid to speak your truth, but speak your truth with gentleness. Okay. Have grace for others, hold space for others. It's a certain book that you're currently reading or you're experiencing, and it's something in there that's gonna like stand out to you and it's gonna make sense. Okay, so your name could be starting with the L or even a P, and if it resonates, or the book could start with those initials. It's just gonna be something in there that your spirit team is urging you to read. So even if you have books and you just see it like fall off the table or something, just take it for what it is. I don't think it's gonna just flat out fall, but if it just, catch your attention, pay attention to it. You also could possibly have been seeing orbs, like things that like at the corner of your eye, or it just even going really, really fast. I just feel like this is well, I know that these are your angel guides signaling to you that your energy is on the right path, you're on the right path. And they want you to know that you're blessed. Okay. You're just in the energy of transforming and you're going through an awakening. Awakening isn't healing. Like those are two different things, but it can trigger you to awaken and it can trigger you to heal. So that's why I told you all earlier, hold space for yourself and hold space for others. You are a powerful manifester. So whatever you've been desiring or whatever it is that you've been thinking about, I want you to amplify that. Think bigger because the work that you've put in to help people, you were merely entertaining angels. And that made your spirit guides very, very excited. Um, you could be smelling the scent of roses or a sweet fragrance, but when you smell this, just know that this is your spirit team um connecting in with you. So you could be very clairsentient. Okay, you could be, that could be one of your clairs that you're very good at. You were someone that possibly experienced a third party relationship, or you possibly were the person that was entertaining the third party. But I just feel like I don't think that that's something that you'll focus on going in the future. I feel like it's something that happened, but it was an experience, like I said. It's a need for you to get protection of some sort. However, this applies for you, whether you're sexually active or you're just physically going somewhere and you just like, I want to just have a good time. Wear you some protection stones. If you a type of person that has a headphones on, or you're able to like put in a headbud, I would play a frequency tunes just to kind of guard and ground your energy field. And just be careful because I see like a clumsy mistake might take place. So that's what I'm saying. Just to try to stay out of the craziness too funky, I would just keep some protection on me and pay attention to red flags because I think that when something happens, it's going to be kind of like a domino effect. But it's like you may not even leave because it's like if you want to go in this direction, you go in this direction. If you go in this direction, you go in this direction. So you're gonna have a choice to choose between something. So that's all that I'm getting on this energy, and we're about to go to pile two. Okay, and this song by John B. They don't know. This was very popular in the '90s. If you need clarity on this situation and if this is resonating with you, I am doing a sale on paid reading. So one question is 1111. Two questions is 2424, and three questions is 4444. So if this resonated with you and you wanted more details for your Pacific energy, because this is a collective reading, then you can pay for a reading that way. All right, we're gonna get some charms pulled for pile two, and we're gonna roll some dice on and use off energy as well. Hi, thank you for joining in. So the color is white, the color is black, and the color is blue. Are you all significant colors? The initials that we have for this pile two is E and P. You're being asked to thrive, and something is being sealed at this time. Okay, so these are you all's charms: black, white, blue. The initials E and P, and you're being asked to thrive and seal. So this one is a little more um direct. This pal is a little bit more direct than pal one. Pal one is kind of like if it resonates, put where it go. But I do feel like we spoke to the person that it was for. Okay. It was a lot of scenarios from the live. There was a lot of scenarios going on outside. That was kind of like piecing it together. Um, the spiritual streets are definitely real. Okay. And so, especially when I saw like the kite, and I'm like, okay, somebody got a kid on them, and I know a lot of people be like, "I didn't have a babysitter," and I'm saying somebody scratch their head. I don't have a babysitter, but it's okay. Moving right on. So this time I just feel like it's gonna be a little bit more direct. Spirit, give me some insight of how long can this audience for Pal 2 can expect a breakthrough. Just give me some insight of clarity. When can they expect a breakthrough? And so the colors green is significant, and something is definitely coming within 6 days. 6 days, 6 hours, 6 weeks, 6 years. Take it how it resonates, but the number is six. You're balanced in an area, and I feel like you're finding the harmony. And if you're not in the energy, then that means it's vice versa, right? So you need balance and you need that harmony. But I'm definitely picking up on 222, which is a six. But not only that, it's just that structure. Like the foundation is laid, the love is there. It's beauty. It's like what I'm getting. So we're gonna pull some cards on the energy to just tap in. But I just really wanted to know a little bit before the scenario. So let's see, right? So give me some insights of clarity because the song is not making it no better. My mom loves this song, y'all. She's a big fan of Lil Wayne. Y'all, the first card that come out is clarity. We have the Ace of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So I just feel like you have found some true intentions when it comes to wanting to go on your intuition solely. I feel like you've been listening to your gut more. That self love needs a little tweaking, so do not be afraid to shop your Tansy Bees for your hair care and your skincare products. Okay, your crown and your canvas will thank you later. All right, but you have a couple creativity blockages due to needing to prioritize yourself. Okay, so 1419 is significant, which is merely speaking on changing the adult version for changing your inner child to be a better version for the adult you. Some of you have children or some of you do not have children, but I feel like if you nurture yourself as if you are your parent, then you'll be able to heal faster in those areas. Because some losses did take place, but I just feel like it was due to insecurities And possibly because it's something that you dealt with in your childhood, but you cannot continue to hold on to those things because it won't do anything but hinder you. And I see a house with like vines wrapping around or just growing around. So I do feel like it's some childhood wounds, possibly in the old neighborhoods that you were in. Or maybe you even passed this house and this house is just growing, basically like rooted up. And the fact that I said rooted up, I feel like it's a need for you to get rooted and like just pull the weeds out. Don't touch the roots. Pull the weeds out so the roots can flourish. Okay. And when I split the deck, something is being depleted because the journey was long. But you're healing. I told you, you're healing. With this healing, some escapes had to happen. You may did some things to say, you know what, enough is enough today, but you still mustered up the strength and you found the peace for yourself. Because nobody said it would be easy, but you were saying that it was mandatory. Even if that meant that old chemistries had to, deplete. And this is possibly why your peace felt depleted because those old energies were studied tugging on, right? But finding the peace helped you find your abundance, helped you find your growth, helped you nourish yourself. So maybe you already pulled the weeds out, and that was because so the weak moments aren't even a thing anymore. I feel like you're able to catch on and you're able to spark your own interests, spark your own creations, and it speak to you through truth, which is very beautiful. And the only way you were able to do that is if you were healed. And that's what I was saying before we started. If this is your energy, then you know this is your energy. If this isn't your energy, then you know this is not your energy. However, if this energy is gravitating towards you and you're healing, but sometimes you fall off track, this is your reading. Healing is it'll trigger you to an awakening point. Once you're awakening, it'll trigger you to a healing point. It's duality in everything, and some scenarios come to be merely a test to see how far have you came. Okay, think of the let's say the test has 60 questions. It requires 60 answers. Then you will know if you passed or not. So if you fail, then you know you failed. If you feel like, okay, things are just happening left and right, a lot of times, um, then Sweet Thing by Mary J. Blige is playing. So you're a sweet person, and it's like you're able to cultivate the sweetness of life. But let me tell you something. If you're the type of person to say, "Oh, well, I wish I could change this, I wish I didn't do this, and I wish," do not do that. Because, see, what you're telling yourself is, I wish to go back. And so you're thinking that, no, this happened with, let's say your name is Alicia. Okay. It's not to bash any Alicias, but just say, well, no, this happened with Alicia. And now it's happening with Terica. And it's like, no. Or this happened with Eric. And now it's happening with Terrence. It's because you manifested that for yourself. You said, I wish I would have done this. So now you got the time to go back, but you're looking at a old scenario within a new situation. So stop wishing to go change something and just merely evolve from what it is. If you peep something, you're peeping it because it's familiar to your spirit. And so your spirit is trying to nudge you through that gut feeling. You're very clairsentient, you're very clairaudient, but you doubt yourself seeking approval. And this may be very long. Well, I'm not going to say it's going to be very long, but I'm glad that I said that because I was getting a channel to come through earlier and it's tied into this in some way. But it's actually for the third pal. So that's why I tell people when I do pal readings, I always listen through the whole thing and I take a little by little of what resonates with me. Sometimes somebody can speak on your situation head on. Sometimes you may see another scenario of what not to do. Okay, so We're gonna move along, but there's just something to think about, and there's just something to stop saying for yourself. If you feel like you're going through a test requires faith. Faith does not require a test. So, what I mean by that, it's a need for you to connect with your spirit guides, and your spirit guides will find a way to. They taught you. They'll always be there to give you that nudge, but you have to be willing to want the nudge. You have to be willing to want the help. If you need help, ask for help. So, I feel like this is getting long, and I'm going to go ahead and finish the reading, but I know someone needed to hear that. So you possibly have been feeling a little spicy, okay, on this healing journey. I do see a lot of lust in your energy. It's a boundary set somewhere. So basically, I just feel like when this new venture come in, you're gonna meet somebody, and I just feel like your boundaries are gonna be set in place. Somebody may feel rejected, or you've already connected with somebody new and you're set the boundaries with somebody in the past and they like, okay, well, I'm gonna walk over here because they ain't studying me. And then we got K Michelle, you can't raise a man coming on to play. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I am just saying. What I got, what I say what I got. What did I tell you? We got the card saying missing you. Something has already been set in place. So possibly you we had the card to say shower sex or car sex. So maybe you or this person would get spicy sometimes and it'll just be spontaneous, okay? And this is possibly why you had to draw the line because you felt like you were trapped with this person. It definitely was the intimacy bond. But now you saw the better perspective for yourself to just go in another direction. You literally trusted your inner feelings, trusted the clarity of how you felt, and you wasn't insecure. Hold on, y'all. It's 22:22 on the timer. So, it's 22:22 on the timer. So, my baby woke up. I had to check on her, okay, but she's in there with dad. The self-care, the self-love is going to help build you. Okay, it's going to help elevate you to higher perspectives and higher heights because you need love too. I know you're a lover, I know you're a giver, but fill your cup before you can fill someone else's cup, okay? The self-doubt and the inner critic that you have, those are not your words. It's a lot of people spying on your energy, and I just feel that you feel your inner strength being under attack. So when you feel those moments of self doubt, you merely need to tell yourself, look, I am free spirited. I will get my victory. I've earned my self confidence. I earned my victory and I've earned my confidence. My courage is my confidence. You have to pick yourself up in those moments of strife because mind over heart is real. The unbiased judgment, no, you don't operate in the energy. You're very communicative, you're very intuitive, and you're very creative. This is possibly why you feel like you've been in your head when it comes to your financial freedom because you're stuck in the past with old situations that does not bring you joy. Yeah, it may be nostalgic, but that doesn't make it make it right. And it's like if you had one position to be in the rest for the rest of your life, what would you be in that position? Would you be within that scenario? Or will you move on to higher heights and say, I don't want my past, but I can change my past because the wheel of fortune is on my side? If you know that you can cultivate your dream reality through your manifestations, through your inner child, healing what you couldn't in the past, but you can go in a new direction now, then you need to flow with grace. You need to realize for yourself that this awakening was because you got to the breaking point. You said enough was enough. And if they spy on you, then let them spy on you. I'd rather you watch me from afar than to communicate with me ever again. Because you know that this person does not bring you peace. They don't bring you joy. And so, if this message resonated with you, you got a good head on your shoulder. I just advise you to use it. And that's it for this pal too. I'm not even gonna go into parent mode. My child in there with her daddy. I I'm gonna try to get through pal 3 because I definitely want to go get my baby. Um, what's the name of the song? Made for Me. And one thing I like about these pals today, they definitely interlooped it with one another. It didn't feel chaotic. It don't feel chaotic. I just get a lot of chapters closing. Cause when I started this, I said I was cleaning the energy and let me go and clean because I've done 2 pals. But I was telling myself, I said, you know what, Spirit, I really would like to connect with my audience for a celebration. Like I was very much getting celebratory energy. I hear my baby. And I was just getting the energy of just very much wish fulfillment. Okay. So y'all, it's a lot of chapters have closed. It's a lot of chapters about to be reunited, reopened. Like it's just a blessing. And if it connected with you, hi, how are you? How do you pronounce that? Is it Morgan? I think it's Morgan. It's just like something is silent. But it's pretty though. And that's an angel number, that's 1752. You need to look up that number because that number is very abundant. I'm talking about spiritual awakening, leadership, intuition, change, balance. I wonder, am I the only one that think of this? But y'all, when I hear transformation, no, when I hear change, okay, transformation too, because it's tied into that 5 energy. But when I hear change, then I immediately think of money. And it's not just because change is money, but it's just like something is changing for the better. Okay. So today is in fact a 25 day. So today is basically a 7 day because that's reduced to a 7 once you add it. So I remember saying it earlier, like it was some completions coming through. The song that we were getting was called Just Fine by Mary J. Blige. So I thought that was very significant. A caterpillar, the last name Thompson or your first name could be Thompson, but that was significant. The numbers 4, 1957, and 25 is significant. The name Leroy came to me because I did pick up like on a granddad energy, and that's my granddaddy last and first name actually. So oh wow. So yes, very much so. So this is PALS 3, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do PAL 3, and then I'm gonna wrap it up so I can go be a mommy. We're going to pull some charms for you guys. I'm gonna clear the energy. Well, let me clear it again. I do see something. Okay, I was gonna say I do see something going in the right. So I just feel like you're going in the right direction at this time. Wherever you're planning on moving, you're going to be able to. You're going to. Okay. We got the charm. See, this charm is kind of like broken, but I still wrote something on it. And so I'm glad that I read it because on that card it says wait. So maybe you're wanting to move. I don't know. Let's see. We're just gonna slow down. Let me get the energy on the table a little more. But I still see a key, so maybe it's a clue. We got some more numbers. You all had a lot of numbers for this reading. All right, so the moon is significant. Maybe you're doing something on this new moon that's about to come up. Um, a bow is also significant. So we got the words nurture, owl, and third eye. So I just feel like your energy is very nurturing. So you could be a mom, or you could just be in that parent energy. You're definitely seeing something with your third eye. So you could be very clairvoyant, but you are filled with wisdom as well. So the fact that that charm has said to wait, I just feel like you know, it's just like I said with the last reading, you can go in this direction or you can go in that direction. And I before we saw the wait, I was saying something was going in the right direction. You could be between the ages of 24 and 53. So we got the number 24, 33, 10, 10, and 1. But I thought that said a 5 at first, so sorry. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with being 53. You've been here 53 years. You should celebrate. Okay? I've been seeing a lot of people, y'all, that's been like 100. I think the oldest I saw was 124. And she had just celebrated her birthday. The initials BOHIPN and W is significant, and the color black is significant. So the channels that I was getting earlier were something I saw something that said memories. Um let me show you. Let me show you. So like these cards here, this card says perspective. The card earlier had said memories. And so I just went to doing my little creative writing because um I get a clue and then I just go to writing it. Okay, so I wrote a whole page, y'all. So just bear with me, okay? So it says memories are to connect you with your loved ones and inner child. You have such great love that these memories hurt at times. Your angels want you to know that they're proud of you. You're very abundant. Take the sacrifice. Embrace your truth. This will aid and assist you to your ebb and flow. Think of sex in three words, even if you have to picture yourself naked. Save your energy for yourself. Your garden deserves love and sweetness, as well as a proper flow. And then, so that was my first channel. So I shade that out. Okay, thank you. Um, I'm not sure if y'all are a Key Glock fan, but I love Key Glock, and he got this song called Cream Soda. So that's the song that I was getting for the second channel, and with it, um, hold on, y'all. We're just gonna play it because I definitely was getting that song when I was channeling the second part. Um, so you're possibly someone that take control or like to take control. Um, and this not even per se in the bedroom, but this just could be life in general. Very much boss energy. All right. You need to take time for yourself more. This will help you to release and connect with your angels. Critique yourself before asking for approval. Stop asking for yourself to be valued when you are already valuable. No one has to agree. No one even have to be rooting for you. People are never really truly honest. So you have to be mindful for what it is that you would like to share. You could be sharing too much, and this is why people aren't seeming like they're on your side. So someone could be possibly talking a lot, or if you're finding yourself communicating with people and you lose train of thought, or you're like, what was I going to say? I feel like that's your spirit team saying, like, look, you shouldn't share that detail, you shouldn't share the information. So this is possibly why you lose train of thought while speaking. All right. Um, and so I guess this is the continue. I did remember that he was front and back, but I butterflies was coming out very, very much. And I heard Spirit literally say, like, do not give two fucks. I just feel like you're about to be in a position where all eyes on me. Okay, that's what I'm hearing by Tupac. So even with the caterpillar, okay, when they're small, they have to navigate their ways, before they gain their wings. But when they gain their wings, they also gain their tribe, but they also go their own way. So their intuition is on point. They're a leader. I never really just see butterflies go in packs. I've seen multiple at a time, but at a certain point, they venture off and they transform. So you should observe, but you're in the energy of transmuting. So if you feel yourself fading away in the distance, go with the flow. It's your intuition pushing you to higher heights. The crystal red adventuring can be significant. Grounding is needed. Take your spiritual baths, practice breath work, it's needed. You also need sunlight. The summer is calling to coming to an end, so sunlight is definitely significant. The Carters have this song called Summer. You should listen to that song. So I don't know, but I love that song. But that definitely came to mind when I saw Summer. But yeah, summer is coming to an end, so it's time for you to explore the things that you ask for more, because your somebody is literally sitting in the reality that they manifested. And I see something like the song is called Summer by the Carters, and the Carters is Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z. I can play it right now. Let me play it. So if somebody likes to go to the beach, or you've been wanting to go to the beach. Um, And some of you have children, okay? It's time for you to go shopping, but go and shopping for yourself. Or maybe you haven't gotten your kids back to school materials or clothes, but shopping is definitely significant. And I just feel like you've lost weight. I don't really feel like you've gained weight. I think you've lost weight and you're like, okay, nothing is fitting like it should anymore. But even if you haven't gained or you haven't lost, I just feel like shopping kind of helps you release, but it's like a good release. I feel like it's something you couldn't do much growing up. So it's like now that you're able to, then that's how you kind of like transmute. um, and some of your kids are going to need help this school year. And if you all need help with like tutoring or assistance or anything, you can always email me. I don't know if you have children or not, but we want children to thrive and we want them to excel. So if you all need help, then we can get you the proper help wherever you're based in the United States, okay? In life, balance is mandatory. Create boundaries to maintain transitions are on the horizon. When you spread your wings, guidance will be near. Sincerely, your ancestors. Clap and show gratitude. This is why I clapped earlier after I was speaking on my mom. When you feel that energy shifting into a low vibe or stagnation, or let's say you're feeling like you're sick, you have to talk to your body cells. These are why they call cells, because you are a living thing, okay? Um, yes, you do your proper diet, you drink your water, you do your exercise, but sometimes we're still not eating the healthiest. So, um, like I live in the South and I can cook some collard greens down, okay? But I never thought that I could eat collard greens without cooking them. I've always cooked collard greens. I made a collard green wrap, and it was with some pecans and some bell peppers and onions with some seasoning. And I was like, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Because I love meat, but I've been trying my best to speak um life into myself as well as my body. So I'm like, okay, I gotta eat things that's living, right? So um it was good, y'all. Okay. I had saw it on TikTok. I said, I'm gonna try it. The number six is also significant with PAL 3 because you're in the energy of moving mountains, but you also allow the divine to take you to where you want it to go. Tiger's eye confidence is your birthright. Um, well, no, Tiger's eye bring confidence, and confidence is your birthright. Tiger's eye is definitely good when it comes to your passion, your vitality, and your courage. And that stone had came out when I was pulling you all's reading. But I did want you all to know that everything starts within you. Your intentions are everything. Nothing is outside of you. Yes, I do pay readings, but I'm also going to show you how to connect with your spirit guides for your highest good. You don't need me. You merely need yourself. Because if the world do go to a place where it goes black, you're going to be on your own, and you need to know how to tap in for yourself. Not so much of what somebody can do for you, but how can they aid you to help yourself. So, listening to your intuition, you know you're alpha if you're alpha. You know you're a beta if you're a beta. Find your tribe and be honest with yourself. I don't feel like the alpha is gonna tell a beta no. It's gonna be it's given like boondocks relationship, like that brother or that sister or that older person and that younger person. But you all are qualified to be some teachers. And you got this. You just have to trust yourself. You have to come to a conclusion of what you want to do. Um I used to be in school and I didn't too much vibe with my teachers because I knew I could teach my teachers. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it very much made sense to me. Um, and I had a lot of teachers that just showed up. They were right on the board of like what to do, but they just showed up. And it's nothing wrong with that. That's how they teach, that's how they talk. But I really hope that this message brought a lot of insight and clarity for you all. Um, it's time for you to get serious and it's time for you to get grounded on what it is that you truly want to do. Somebody's name is Bird. This is literally wrote down, and I don't remember writing it. I don't know anybody named Bird, and if I do, it's been years ago because it wasn't spelled like that. I think it was spelled with a Y. It was a girl named Bird that I went to school with. So I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. That it has been here this far. If you would like a card pull, or even if you have a question, I can pull some cards for you before I go. Because I'm about to be a mommy. Hello. All right, if you got a question, I will type in the comments if I were you. I can pull some oracle, I can pull some tarot, because I'm about to get out of here. What time is it? 1:13. But 13:13 is significant. Some chapters closing. Somebody's getting a divorce. She got some money. She got some money. He just shook his head. She got some money. 20 is significant. I gotta go get ready too. Pal 3. I knew it was something that I was missing, but I wasn't certain. Okay, I looked over here. I'm gonna put these right here. We had the angel number 332 to come out. A white feather. Somebody got a red room. I'm seeing that. Color lights are like really like in style right now, but it's red. So maybe your root chakra is activated. The colors purple, gold, and blue is also significant. Archangel Uriel is sending divine wisdom. So pay attention to your ideas as well as your knowledge. I told y'all on Power 3, like y'all are meant to be teachers. You can feel in somebody on the other side is sending a message and they're saying that you can feel them in your heart. So trust the warmth and the energy that you feel. I told y'all are clear sensing. So you can feel energy. Clear aliens must be for the scent. A sudden, yes, it is, y'all. It say a sudden familiar scent. My spirit is near you, clear aliens. Thank you, spirit. Spirit said, look to the left, cause child, I was like, okay, so if that's feeling. Hear your name randomly, you are being called to awaken. Pay attention, this could come from a familiar voice. If you have to get up and like stop whatever you're doing, then you may need to because if y'all be eating in y'all dreams, don't do that. You don't supposed to do that. There's somebody's trying to send witchcraft to you. You don't supposed to have sex in your dreams and you don't supposed to have eat anything in your dreams. You're a spirit. You don't need those things to survive. So I really hope that this helps and you all be safe wherever you are. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can check my confirmation down below. So I might be back a little later to do like the game, like I said I was going to do, but I wanted to go ahead and get those pals posted so they wouldn't just be piling up on me. So toodles. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.